So now let's get back to the food addiction. So food you can't cut out of your life. So before, like, that's why I said it's so important. Now we're going to go into depression and how we're going to deal with it, okay? You need to evaluate your life. If there's a person, because here's the thing, you're kind of in a circle that goes around like, or not a circle, what do you call that thing? Oneindigheid.
It's a cycle.
It's a cycle. What's the oneindigheid sign in English?
Infinity.
Infinity thing, okay? Where people are depressed, so they can't get up and they can't exercise, but you can't change your situation until you get up and exercise. Because,
or do something.
Or do
you
something.
Get off your ass and do something. If you
Yeah.
don't change something, nothing changes.
Yeah, and it just gets worse. It never gets better and it never stays the same. By doing nothing, it doesn't stay the same. It gets worse, okay? So you wanted to say just do something small.
Yeah, I mean, if you feel that you're too depressed to even, well, going to the toilet is an effort. Yeah, sure, but if you don't do something, it's not going to get better. I mean, you have to take control somewhere. Something small. It can be very small. But start doing something for yourself that makes you feel good. For some people, even taking a shower and brushing their teeth might be an accomplishment if you're that far down.
Mm-hmm.
Exercise is the one thing that's really, really good, but I mean...
How are you going to get a really depressed person to exercise? How about this? What if they start with the evaluation process? Take a paper, do the 12 steps maybe, or do...
That's too much work. No, but you have to do something or else...
to change what you can.
Nobody's going to help you if you...
Yeah.
You will, in the end, have to do something. Even if it's just asking for help. But if you don't ask for help and just sit there on your ass hoping things will magically get better, I'm sorry.
It's not.
It's not going to happen. You have to do something.
So you need to kind of have a swift kick in the ass, kind of, to just get something going. Because in order for you to get better, and I mean every person with depression looks like there is no way out of the situation. But here's the thing, people, that you have to think about. You are the one that's depressed, okay? Nobody else is depressed alongside you. They're not depressed. They're not feeling depressed like you're feeling depressed, okay? Another person cannot make you feel better because you're the person that got yourself into the depression part. I'm not saying you did it on purpose, but what I'm so get this. Don't turn the video off and go, oh, this bitch has no idea what she's talking about. Okay. What I'm trying to tell you is you here, human being, you got yourself there. By your circumstances, it's not you made it happen. It's a question of whatever life happened with you and you can't cope and all of these things.
And the way you reacted.
And the way you reacted to situations that got you there. Okay? Your own reactions is the thing that got you into the depression. Yes, it happens inside your body, inside your brain, but nobody else came and whacked you with a hammer over the head and gave kaboom, you're depressed. Okay? It's your own thing that happened to your own self. Some things in life, okay, only you, your own self, can do something about, okay? You get born by yourself, okay? Yeah, the doctor helps you out or cuts you out or whatever, but you get born by yourself. You don't have a little thingy that comes out with you that, follows the path. You die alone. A person can sit next to you when you die, but you die by yourself. It's your own body that dies and you go elsewhere, whatever, or relief, or whatever you believe, okay? It's the same thing with depression. Your own body is in the depression thing. Nobody else can pull you out of your depression, okay? It's impossible for another person to come and pull you out of your depression. The only person that can bring you out of your depression is your own self that got you there. You're the only person that can get yourself out. So instead of, I know it's hard when you're in a depression to actually start moving, but I would say, at least when I say to people, if you want to diet, make a plan, okay? You can't just diet. You need to think about it, plan it out, and have it in place. So when you're depressed, sit down, because that's all you can do. You're too tired to get up. So make your plan on a piece of paper. What am I going to do to get myself out of this? Because you can get better from depression. It's a long road ahead of you, yes, okay? But if you don't start something, you're going to stay there forever until you die. Or get addicted and die. I mean, the end of addiction is death, okay? Whether you're overeating and you weigh 1,000 pounds and you die of a heart attack, whether you drink yourself to death, whether you abuse pills to death, whether you wank yourself to death, I don't know. The main thing is the end part of it is death. Okay? So if you're in depression and you don't pull yourself out, you will die eventually.
Now, here's something I was just thinking about. So, if you're depressed, what keeps you in that state? To get out of that, you will have to let go of some things that are keeping you literally in a prison.
Yeah, captive.
Things such as fears, resentment, self-centered attitude. I mean, two people in exactly the same situation can react totally differently. One can feel, hey, I got screwed over, and the other person
can feel, screw you, I'm going to go.
Screw you.
Yeah.
So, those things are actually holding you back. I mean, resentments, that's a big killer.
And people, for instance, with addiction, the only way they can get healed from that addiction is to let go of resentments. They can't afford to carry resentments around them because it puts them in a downward spiral towards abusing whatever the substance or the alcohol or the porn or the whatever. It brings them right back there, so they can't afford to it. So one of and when you do the 12-step program of the Alcoholics Anonymous with your depression, you will see that resentment is one thing that will bring you right back there, okay? So there's going to be people that you're going to have to forgive, okay? And forgiveness is a very interesting concept, something that I'm not good at, okay? I don't forgive people for shit all. You get one chance, you're out the damn door, okay? So for me, I told you I did the 12-step program, right? So for me to work, people who actually have addictions. I mean, for me, when I did the 12-step program, I walked away from the damn thing a couple of times because I was pissed off. There's no way I'm going to forgive this person. There's no way I'm going to forgive that person, blah, 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 blah. And I know that not forgiving a person makes me sick. Not the other person makes me sick. But I am so damn stubborn, okay, because I didn't understand the word forgiveness. Everybody has a different way of seeing different things, okay? If for me, forgiveness had a meaning that I was brought up with in bloody churches, okay? All the damn churches I was in, damn pastor would stand in the front of you, oh, you got to forgive, or you're going to go to hell. Well, screw you, you're going to go to hell too because you're preaching hell on me, okay? So once you get an understanding of a different couple of things in your own way, okay? So for instance, God, okay? God can mean many things to many people. I'm a Christian, and I'm not going to tell you to be a Christian. It's your baby, whatever you want to be. It's not my job to change your mind, okay? But there is always some kind of a form of a higher power, right, honey, for every person. If it's a tree stump, it's a tree stump, okay? If it's a dog, it's a dog. If it's God, it's God. I don't care what it is. But spirituality, that's a sentence. Say your sentence, spirituality.
Religion is for people who are afraid of going to hell. Spirituality is for people who have been there. And really, the spiritual side, each person has that side. And if there's something wrong in your spirit, that's where people try to fix a hole there with stuff. And that's where addictions come in. Whereas if you fix your life, you fix your relationships, all that stuff goes away.
Yes. So, and fixing relationships doesn't necessarily, you have to think about what fixing relationships mean, okay? Because let's go back to my forgiveness thing, okay? Johan can forgive people very easily. He has no problem usually well, not compared to me, okay? Compared to me, yeah, he has no problem forgiving people. I don't forgive, point blank, okay? So, because I don't have as big an issue now to forgive people, because my concept or my understanding of the word forgiveness has changed, okay? Took me 4 years to figure out what the concept forgiveness means to me. Okay, the way I was brought up in bloody churches, okay, telling me how to forgive was, you know, you set that person free from all their wrongdoing, you take them back in your life, and you love them as though nothing has happened. Hell no, ain't gonna happen. Not in my lifetime ever will I do that, okay? You screw me ever once, you're screwed. So my understanding of forgiveness is this. If a person does wrong to you, okay, you have a choice. if a person comes to you and asks you for forgiveness and honestly meaning it and actually owning up to the shit that they did, okay, that I can forgive. It doesn't matter how bad it is, okay? I don't care how bad it is. If you friggin' shoved a broom up my nostril and you come to me and you say, I shoved a broom up your nostril and I'm extremely, extremely sad that I did that and I feel miserable and I should have never done that, I have no problem forgiving a person, okay? But when a person comes to you and says, oh, sorry for what I did, yeah, fuck you, go away. Don't tell me, oh, sorry for what I did. What did you do, okay? So for me, forgiveness is something that if somebody did wrong to you and they don't come to you and apologize for what they've done wrong, you can forgive that person by letting them go, okay, and saying, okay, you hurt me or injured me or whatever, so you go about your life, okay, I'm going to cut you out. Some people will say that is not forgiveness, but in order for me to be able to forgive somebody, I need to have a concept that I understand of forgiveness, which I am prepared to live with, that I'm okay with. For instance, if you let a person, for me, for myself, for forgiveness, if I let a person go, okay, like my sister, I don't feel ill feelings towards her at all. I don't go around on a daily basis. There are some people that I go around on a daily basis, wishing them dead, wishing them ill, wishing all of those things. My sister is not one of them, okay? However, I never, ever will establish contact with her again. She's cut out of my life, and she will never return in my life. I don't care what she comes and contacts me with. I don't care. She's done. She doesn't exist to me anymore. I forgave her, in my opinion, okay? Other people might say that I didn't, but I think I did, because she doesn't affect me anymore. When I think of her, it's like watching a movie of somebody else, somebody else's life. I have a sister there somewhere in South Africa, she goes on with her life. She doesn't affect me. So when you forgive a person, that person should not be affecting you anymore. Because if you don't forgive somebody, that person has hard feelings and hate and anger and things within you, which makes you sick, and that bitch that you're hating on feels nothing. She goes on with her life. She injured you, but she doesn't give a crap. So when you're holding all these resentments against the person, you're the one that gets sick from it. So if you're sitting in your depression because of your situation in your life, you could have horrible work, you hate your boss, you hate your co-workers, you hate all of this, you can't get up to go to work, blah, blah, blah. Get yourself out of that situation. That's why it's so important that you guys write down, okay? Why am I depressed? How did I get here? What kind of things injured me? How did I react to that situation? What was my part in getting me here? How did I react to the hurts and the things that people did to me? Okay? And when you start self-evaluating your life like that, you actually start changing. You maybe didn't get up and go and lift a dumbbell yet, but it's a good start. Make a plan. When you have a physical plan in front of you, a piece of paper that you wrote all of this stuff down, you can break it up into pieces, and then you can start making changes once you see it. You told me it was this one DVD or thing that you were listening to about this guy that said, I'm telling the story about the guy that said, oh, I have no resentments.
Yeah. It said, okay, make a list of your resentments. I said, no, I don't have any. And he said, surely you must have one. I said, well, yeah, I can maybe think of one. And I told him to write it down. Mm-hmm. And he wrote it down. And then he could think of another one. And in the end, there were 152 names on his list.
Yeah, see? Because the mind is a very strange thing. It has a possibility, you can store so much stuff in your mind that is not in your conscious mind, it's in your subconscious. Like, you can hide stuff there forever, right? And not think about it, and then you forget that. There's people in my past that time heals all wounds. It's not that the wound is healed, it's just that so much time had passed that you forget about the person. However, that person is stuck in your little hard drive in the back of your mind, right? So when you react to or when situations come up, why are you laughing? Mm-hmm. Okay, when situations come up with a whole different person than the person that actually pissed you off, why are you laughing?
Nothing.
What are you thinking about?
Nothing.
I'm gonna make him say what it is on video. Okay, like for instance, let me just give you a random sample of something in my life. So there was a guy in our life that abused another girl. We've saved abused people, okay, by taking them into our home and doing all kinds of stuff like that. Really stupid things to do, but that's the kind of stuff we do, okay? So the person that we saved from this abusive husband, okay, that dude hated me because I'm not fearful of abusive men. I mean, I've got an iron pan and an iron brick and, you know, all of those kind of things. I'm ready to kill anybody that comes my way to attack me, right? So, anyway, he left and that situation was gone. Then I went to the gym years after that situation. I met a guy, okay, you guys want to laugh? I'll kill you if you laugh, okay, who had the exact same head shape. Head shape. This guy's hair was shaved, okay, and his head had a certain shape to it. I walked into a gym and there was a guy that had the same shape of head as this other dude that was the that was abusing this other girl, okay? Immediately, I hated this guy. I haven't even said hello to him. I looked at him and I thought, you son of a bitch, I'll just want to kill you. You don't even train in the same gym as me. I hated him, right? And then, of course, I met him and now we're big buddies. Okay? So that's what I'm talking about, triggers. You know, you can hide stuff so far, so deep inside your mind, but you will always get triggered by yourself, by other people. I mean, even your spouse can trigger shit from your past that had nothing to do with him. If he says like a certain thing, okay, it can trigger something that's happened in your past, and all of a sudden you blow up at your poor husband and he doesn't know what the hell he said wrong, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now please tell me what you were laughing about.
No, you'll have to cut this out.
Why?
Because I was playing with your boob.
Okay, so that makes him very happy to play with my boob.
You don't know anything. I'm playing with your boob here.
I'm so busy talking, I don't know. You could be fondling my boob, but I wouldn't even know it. I'm not going to cut it out. I'm going to show them how naughty you are. Anyway, so I think, did we deal with everything?
We can ask questions. I mean, we just try to give some...
Okay. Did you guys,
ideas.
while we're doing the video, I'm going to make Johan do our video because everybody was asking about, how, I remember I told my story of how we met and got married, and then I said, do you guys want to hear Johan's version? So we'll stop this video, which is at 34 minutes, of course, and we'll quickly, would you mind making that video?
I'll do it.
He'll do it. Okay, so we'll make that video. That means we've made 3 videos this weekend, and hopefully we'll get some up. I'll get it edited this week and we can get it up for you. And people, if there's any questions you have, remember we're not professionals. We're not psychiatrists. We're not, any professional anything. We're only basically telling you guys stuff out of experience, okay? If there's questions you have, ask them down yonder. I might not answer them down yonder because it gets a little bit overwhelming, but it would definitely, I would put them on a list to make another video. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, and then Johan is going to tell you the story of how we met and got married.
Bye.
Bye.